Welcome back to the garage. My name is Ram Rabbani, and today we will be doing the 2019 CX5 signature model full review. As I promised in the last video, this will be doing a full review of the vehicle, going on a test drive, as well as going in full interior and exterior features, seeing what this vehicle is fully about. Stay tuned. The 2019 is the third year of this body style. The 2017 was the first year of this vehicle coming out, but the 2019 is what everybody's been asking for. A lot of the features that everybody's been wanting, as well as a lot of things that's been missing, has been improved on the 2019. Starting off with the front interior. You have the full adaptive headlights. They do pivot 15 degrees to the right and 15 degrees to the left when you are coming. You have to be driving more than 2 miles an hour for those to do, but once you are approaching it, if you're moving, they will move 15 degrees ahead of you for you to get a little bit better visual of what's coming ahead. Full LED headlights, it gives you very great visual and what's going on in front of you, as well as the first year to ever provide us with front sensors as well as back sensors. Something that the only model that comes with them is the signature model with these ones. You have the full Mazda radar cruise control as well as your eye active sense safety on the vehicle. So providing you with distance recognition, your advanced smart brake support, as well as your smart city brake support with the vehicle. You also do have the full new redesign as well as LED fog lights on the bottom, that they are auto, so you don't have to ever worry about turning them on or off with them. So what's cool about these also coming up right here, they do have the auto beam, so if you do ever leave it on high beams, then you can put it on auto. What it will do, you do have an indicator right up here. What it will do, it'll detect the vehicle that's coming in front, and it senses that they're coming with another headlight. It'll actually turn your beams low, so you're not bulging somebody in the eye with them being high beam. So it kind of gives you a little bit more to work with and something a little different that everybody's wanting. And coming around here, we're gonna see the new design on only the Grand Touring Reserve, as well as the signature with the 19-inch rim. So it's a full 19-inch alloy wheels. It's their satin color. It kind of gives it a little bit more of a luxurious, classy look to it, but still has that very bold look to it that everybody's been wanting. Coming right up here, you do have the full LED lighting, so if you do turn your signal on, it will fully show you them on there. If I were to open the vehicle, if you take a look at it, let's get the keys out for you. Open, there you go, just like that. And coming around the front, we can get a little bit of a look of what the LED headlights look like. So you can see it's a full wraparound, so if anybody's looking from a corner coming down, you will very much see the corner going into it, and they do pivot once I do move the steering wheel left and right in 15 degrees. Again, what's nice with Mazda, every key is keyless entry, so you don't have to do anything to take the key out. I can just leave this in my pocket. So you have lock, unlock, you have your trunk. So now you do have the electronic lift gate with them, so it does fully go up by just holding this button. You also have the panic alarm, so in case you can't find the vehicle, that's the button for it. Now, I have to have the key on me, all fully in my pocket with one push button. You're gonna press it, fully locks right there. And this is the first year we do have the full electronic mirrors, so that they do fold with the unlock or lock. You do have the option of turning them off or not, but something that this is the first year Mazda's ever done them. It's been providing on the CX9s as well as the CX5s in the 2019, so the most improved. Now going up here, you do get the full, little bit more contrast in the vehicle. It's very beautiful. As you can see, it's a two different, so you got the little bit of chrome going all around to give you a little bit more look on this side, and you have the black kind of giving that the two-tone contrast with it. And you also have your roof racks. I love the design of the roof racks because it's not so bold, but at the same time it stands out. It kind of gives it a different look to it also. It just kind of blends in with it. Now again, the vehicle's color, and that's everything as everybody's been asking for, the Soul Red Crystal. 4 different types of coating done to the vehicle to give you basically what makes you feel alive for the color. You look at it from every angle, it just shines. It's very bold. They use aluminum particles to make it look the way that it does on the coating. So if you look it up, you can see it's the 4 different coatings that has been done, and Mazda is very competitive with the color, and there's nothing out there that's like it. If you go to Mercedes, you're gonna spend $3 grand as an option for the color, but you have to pay $3,000, $595. That's all they charge for the color. And it's very competitive for a lot of painters. It's very hard for them to find this color, to come up with it. So Mazda's kind of standing out, giving it that feel alive. And anybody that sees it, it's like, whoa, what kind of color is that? I've never seen it before. So follow me on around here. We're gonna take a look at the back end of the vehicle. So fully designed the same as the 17, so back, but you do have the sensors now available here for the vehicle. You have the full adaptive headlights going up that headlight, so you have the full adaptive headlights, LED, so wrap around. So again, if I do unlock it, get us a beautiful look to that. Perfect. So you can see, so anybody looks out of a corner, you're coming by, you're going to see the full light on it. Now, with the badging on the CX5, it makes it very, very, very unique. With you having the signature model, you do get the SG emblem right there, as well as all-wheel drive. So every one of them do come with the all-wheel drive, and we'll get to the engine portion of it in a little bit. Fully back here, so electronic lift gate now. So this is the third year with them doing that. So it's press of a button, fully rises up. Now, what's beautiful about it is fully you can actually memory seat it. So if I wanted to have a little higher, some people have a lot of back problems, or if they're having, if they're a little shorter, or even garages that are even shorter. So anything you like, if you need to adjust it. So if I wanted to come down and bring it over here, I can hold this button down. You're gonna hear a beep. Perfect. Now that's set to only come to this height. So if I were to have it to this height, I'm gonna bring it down. I'm gonna see good right here. I'm just gonna stop it right there. Go back. It's gonna go back exactly where I had it for me. So anybody that likes to adjust it, you can. Some people that are taller or shorter, okay? Coming back here, you do have the 40, 20, 40. So every one of the seats do go down individually. And all you have to do is, Mazda made it very cool and very easy. All you have to do is push of a latch. So you have these two individually here. If you wanna pull them as a whole, you can pull this one so the two go folds down. This one, you can do it only for the middle or individually. Same thing on that side, you have one latch to do the other side. Now, what's very cool also, and I'll get to that when we go a little bit more inside, you're gonna see this little gap between the seats. You're like, huh, why is that little hunch right there? And I'll go over that with you, so just remember that for later on. So if I wanted to just put this over, that's it, just pushes it over, and these do go full flat. I guarantee you could fit a 65-inch TV in here, very easy, no problem. You will have about an inch to 2 inches about of a gap. So Mazda does provide you with the all-weather. They do provide all-weather floor mats that are very nice. I really like them that I've seen in the cars, but they do provide you the regular floor mats that do come from manufacturer themselves, so definitely get the chance to check those out. Full license plates available for inside. Now, taking a look down here, you do have your spare that Mazda does still provide you, so that's not just a air compressor for it to pump your tires back up, no, and you do have 24-hour roadside assistance from Mazda. So this one, what's beauty of it, this vehicle, you do get the 10-speaker Bose surround sound. Now this one does provide you with the subwoofer, so giving you crisp and premium sound to the vehicle also. And I like to go to drive-ins here sometimes. It's nice if you're kind of just sitting back here. Sometimes you need to charge your phone. You do actually have an outlet back here, or even coolers. Those are electronic coolers. You can park them back here. So again, full electronic liftgate. Just press that button, fully goes down, goes around. So come on, follow me. We'll go take a look inside the back seat. We'll unlock it. Look inside. Perfect. Go around right into here. Full Nappa leather upholstery. So the trim level on this one is the full Nappa. I'm gonna push the seat back so you guys can kind of see what the middle has. So go right ahead in there. Full Nappa leather. So you do have the AC unit in the back. So anybody sitting back there, you do get AC. Also in the middle compartment, so in the elbow rest, you have 2 USB outlet ports, as well as heated seats available in the back seat. So 2 heated seats available on the right side as well as left side, kind of giving you that luxury feel for anybody that's just sitting in the vehicle without having a huge vehicle. So if you take a look in the door handle, so you can see how much they've taken the time. You can see the two-tone right here, with it being a little bit more black and a little bit more auburn with it, a little bit darker, more brown color that they provided with it. So in the 2016 and 17 models on the signature for the CX9, it was a little bit more red, but now they've gone towards more of the brown, and it's beautiful. It's opposite, it's two-tone right here, a little more auburn, and it's more brown right there, and you have the wooden trim with the design that they've done to it. So just giving it a little bit more classiness, and Mazda takes the time to go over stitching, making sure the vehicle has every little details and touches, so when you open a vehicle, like, wow, what kind of car do you have? I really want to see more. So follow me on in. Again, I'm going to show you what I was talking about, that little gap. So every one of the seats back here, they recline back 15 degrees. So in case like you're in an airplane, you get the little nudge back there. Same thing, it provides you that little bit of relaxation for your head to be able to rest. So I can just pull this little latch that we have over here. So it's going to be a little hard for you to see, but if I pull this latch here, it's going to go in normal. I can push it one level back more. It gives you that little bit of a nudge. So now that I sit in here, you can see. So For me, now usually this is the normal seat. Well, I can put my head all the way back and get more of that back recline that you're needing during a long drive. Now, what's cool with these seats, they've raised the seats back here just a little bit higher than what it is for others. So if I wanted to actually pull my leg underneath here on a long drive, I don't feel that crampiness in my legs. So it kind of gives that little bit of relaxation, just like you would have in an airplane, to have back here, so for you to lay back and relax. You can listen to my music and have heated seats back here. Right now it's pretty cold in Vegas also, okay? So what's cool, we'll go around to the seats, and this is what we've all been waiting for, the interior, as well as to see what the engine can do. Come on around, take a look at it. So full brown interior, Bose surround sound, again 10 speakers of it. Coming around to here, the full power seats available on both sides. Again, it's a 8-way seat position, so you can move it forward, back, lower, higher. You know, you can also do the front even if you want, and to raise it higher. So it's a little bit more that some people have been asking, that we just need a little bit more support in the front. It feels weird. So now you have that available. Full lumbar support, as well as your back to recline you and move you forward in the back. Now you do have the memory seating available. So you have two different memory seat positions that you can put. So 1 and 2. Now what's cool is with the heads up display that you have, it all go over, you can actually memory seat in, and whoever's sitting here, it will replicate to that screen also. So if somebody's a little shorter and that's adjusted to them, it'll automatically adjust to them, and I'll show you that during the ride, okay? So we're gonna go take it for a drive. I'm gonna go sit inside, and we're gonna take a look at inside of what Mazda's providing us with the new 2019 CX5 Signature. Wonderful, we're back, so we get to see what the 2019 CX5 Signature interior looks like. So as taking it around, Mazda's whole goal is to have the contrast there, as well as for it to stand out, but taking the time to, again, go over more of the stitching. You have a little bit more wooden contrast here with the chrome. You want it to stand out, but it's not too tacky at the same time. I gotta admit, I love these black headliners that they've provided with the Bose surround sound. Again, you got your speakers right there. You have the full black headliner going up, giving you a full sunroof, as well as more that I will go over right now. So starting off with the display, the 2016 models that were a little lower, now coming up to the more display. So what's nice is it's more better for visual when you're driving, so it's a little bit more eye level for you while you're driving, and it makes it easier. So now the screen is fully touch screen. I can touch it anytime I want. I can push it any button that I like, or you have the commander center, which is down here, where you can actually just adjust everything with this using this knob. Your volume control, instead of it being usually up here, is down here. Full navigation, and your other command and control systems that I'll go over with you, okay? So again, I can control the whole screen going back and forth, left and right like this. We can start off with the application, but I'll come back to that. I like for you guys to see what the vehicle is, and then we'll go over the Apple CarPlay that the vehicle is providing also, okay? So kind of a little bit more different than the 17 and the 18 models in here, just a little bit. So you have heated seats available on both sides for the unit. So it's 3, 2, 1, 0. You have that available on the right side also. Now you have air-cooled seats now. So you have the ventilated seats in the vehicle. So this is something that we've been all wanting. I guess for us in Las Vegas, we get 110 to 115 degree weather. So it's very needed out here for us. So we can press it, 3, 2, 1. So you can see the different colors as well as you can see it. So right now I do have the heaters on, so you can see it's high. The control system is a little bit more different. This used to be up here. The off button is a little bit more different, so you actually have a power button to control it again here, and you also have your heated steering wheel. So what's cool is if I turn it on, it heats up this portion of the steering wheel, so right where it cuts off right here, and as well as right here. So fully heated right here. So after 30 minutes of them being on, you might see it go off. That's just for them not to go too hot, and just for safety purposes, it'll shut off automatically. So you can just press it and turn that off to go there. You do have a 12-volt outlet here, so in case you do need to charge your phones, you do have that available. What's nice is you have your space for your phone in case you do need to charge your phone in there. The sport mode, so again, this vehicle is a 2.5 turbocharged, pushing 227 horsepower, as well as 310 pound torque. Now you can use regular gas or premium. Premium is usually always recommended. With it having the power, you really do feel it a lot. What they're saying is that it can push up to 250 horsepower, and you can see a lot more improvement. I have seen a couple of the co-workers that we do have that have Mazdas with the turbos, and they're saying, hey, it literally feels like it's feeding off of it. So you really do feel the power behind it that is holding off on the 4-cylinder, and we'll drive that right now, we'll get a little feel for what that can do, okay? So going on down here, again, you do have the sport mode, so if I push it forward and back, it'll change on the screen. We'll go over that because that's my favorite part. I want to go best for the last. You never want to miss it. So what's cool is that if you have the emergency electronic braking now, so all I have to do is push the lever up like a handle going up. If I push the button down to release it, so you can see it's released right now. If I pull it up, it's going to turn on. I'm going to feel my foot pedal go down a little bit just because that is turning on. So right now you can see it's on. It does have the brake lighting in the corner on the cluster right there on the left hand side. So if I turn it down, it'll fully turn it off. Now, cool little feature that they've added on the 2017 above on the CX5. So in order for this feature to work, you have to have the seatbelt on. So I'm going to click it in. I'm good to go right there. So now we have to put the vehicle in drive. Okay. So what I'm going to back it up just a little bit. And cool. Now we get to kind of take a look at the backup lights also. So you have your full 360 camera on this one, so it gives you the option of choosing that. So what we're going to do, so as you can see, somebody's passing by right there. Perfect. So you have your indicators of red being about a foot space from your actual bumper, so you kind of have a little clearance for you. Now if I press the knob on the commander center down here, if I press this button, you're going to press it once. You're going to press it right here so you can have it. If you're at a stop, you can actually press it with your fingers. But if you're in motion, it will not allow you. So again, you have the 360. So here you have your side doors, you have your front, you have your back visual. So if I start going back a little bit more, you'll see my view. If I start going forward, again, it'll turn on, it'll stay on. As I start moving, it'll automatically turn off. And you have a timer, I believe, on this one, so you can see. We'll check that out in the settings. So we're in drive completely, so we have enough space in front of me so I don't go into anything. We're gonna press this little auto hold button now. So I'm gonna press it, I'm gonna turn it on. On the cage cluster, it's gonna say hold in the bottom left right there. So what that's going to allow me to do is for me to take my foot off the brake. The vehicle's at a still, my foot's no longer on the brake, but the vehicle's still in drive. So for people who have hearses, or in case you drop something or you're just forgetting, or people like in California, you get a lot of traffic, so it's nice to keep stopping, full stop in traffic time. You kind of rest a little bit so you can let it go. So right now it's set for me to put my foot on the accelerator, it'll release and go. So if I press the gas pedal, it'll release and go. I come to a full stop again. The hold button will be on, I let go, and the vehicle's at full stop again. So it's a very new feature. Not a lot of people are seeing is the engine turning off, but this won't do that. Just keeps you at a still in motion of you moving, but you just have the access of just relaxing, kind of taking your foot off the pedal. So that's a new feature that they've added, but you do have to have the seatbelt on in order for it to work. If I do take it off, you will see the e-brakes come on. Just a little safety because it's recognizing that, hey, you can't do that. You're taking the seatbelt off and it's in drive, you're not in the situation to do so. So I have to put it in park. Again, release the e-brake again for me to do so. Okay, we got so the winter weather advisory. So you do have the XM radio picking up from the satellite to show you a little bit more detailing what's going on. I'll go over those with you. We'll cancel that out. So just a little bit more here. This vehicle does have the Apple CarPlay, and I'll go over that after we go over the gauge. So coming to here, the fully digital screen. In the first year, Mazda's been able to do so, and this is something that we've been waiting for Mazda to provide. So you have a little bit more to work with, so you get your temperature of the vehicle. So right now it's pretty warm on that side of it. You do have your full cluster for your fuel efficiency. So you have it on this corner right here, but you also have it here. So as you can see, the vehicle has 18 miles on it. With the tank that we have, it can go 84 miles. So that's pretty neat. That's something that we've been wanting to see. So you get 84 miles from the range. So it shows it digital there now. Coming to this side of it, so you do have your full temperature as well as what you're averaging miles per gallon. So you can kind of keep an eye on how heavy your foot is on the pedal, so you can get the best fuel efficiency also. And you have your RPM levels here, so it kind of gives you a little bit more visual than what it used to with just the bars. Full automatic headlights again, for off and on for your fog lights. It's in auto, so you don't have to really worry about it because they'll automatically turn on when they need to when you're in the situation. A little bit more control on the steering wheel is pretty much the same as the 18 as I were. So you're going to have your full volume control, voice command. So there's 3 different parts right here to press. Front information, so you can actually change the cluster. I'll show you that now. Accept and decline phone calls. Your radar cruise control. So when I press it on, it's on right there. Now if I turn it off, it shows it right there. But now I'm going to change the screen so I can show you the radar. So we're going to press this. So the info will actually change the screen. So on top of it. So right now it's showing me my trip A. We got trip B. And we have our radar cruise control as well as our safety package with our lane keep assist so we can see. So now it's showing my vehicle, it's showing the lanes that are aside of me, so it's detecting for my right lane and my left lane for my lane keep assist. Now if a vehicle starts approaching me, which we'll see on the drive, it'll actually start to detect the vehicle approaching me. So far, medium, or near, how close they are to you, as well as if you're going over the speed of 35 miles an hour, it'll start to go white. So that's when it's really detecting your lanes, and I'll go more over that while we are on the drive so you can see it. So Leo, what we're gonna do, we'll show the heads-up display as I'm driving, if you can get an angle of it while we're driving, but we'll do that. So you have a full digital screen here, as well as your heads-up display there, with the navigation being in. Once we put the SD card that it comes with from Mazda when we put them in. What's nice is on the screen that I'm seeing, I'll kind of adjust it to where if I'm driving, you guys can see it. Shows me the odometer, shows me the actual cluster right there, but it will show me the speed limit on the top right corner, and as well as it's got a full active recognition. This for a stop signs, as well as all your traffic recognition. So what I'll do, if I'm approaching a stop sign, I don't have the SD card in, but if I do put it, if I'm approaching a stop sign, it'll actually show me the stop sign on the right corner, saying, hey, you're approaching one. While you're driving, you can see it even if you missed it on the corner. If it's behinding something, you can't see it. So it'll show you here because of the GPS already has them sync in there from where they're at, okay? So we're gonna take it for a little drive. We're gonna get a feel for what this vehicle can do and see what you guys think about it, okay? I'm gonna put this vehicle in reverse. My auto hold is on right now, so we're gonna disable that just for the ride. So we're gonna go back. The vehicle's all warmed up. So we don't have too much to worry about. Make sure all my mirrors are good for this drive. Nope. Perfect. Push that back down. And awesome. Wonderful. I'm gonna adjust you. Hello, Leo. We can see you back there. Perfect. So again, you can see as I start moving, that will turn off. Again, on the left-hand side of me, on this side, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'll show you again. But it's off, so if I press it on again, it goes on. So now they're available, they're active. So in case I'm approaching something, it'll let me know if I'm close to them. You can turn the camera off from a press of a button on the left-hand side. Turn off and on. You can adjust it if it's bothering you. And you can turn your lane keep assist off from a button right there in the corner also, okay? So we'll take it for a drive. Wow, it's a lot more responsive already. Driving a regular 2.5 four-cylinder, just without the turbo, you really feel the difference of how smoother and much more less of a pressure I have to put on that pedal for me. Wow, this is nice. Steering wheel feels very nice. I love the feel of this steering wheel. It's gripful, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like, oh my God, my fingers. Oh, that's nice. More, yes. Very, very quiet. Very, very smooth. Oh man, on these bumps, it's phenomenal. Like, you don't even feel it. That feels wonderful. It's tight enough. It doesn't feel, it's responsive. So whenever I tell it to go, it goes. It doesn't say, well, I'm gonna be a little delayed. We'll take a right actually here. So I'm gonna kind of feel that turbo out in just regular mode. I'm gonna turn the AC off. So we're gonna turn that off, the AC unit. I'm gonna kind of press it a little bit here. It's more responsive. That wasn't even much of a throttle because we got a bump coming up over here. I'm gonna wait for a little bit more area. Oh, that is so smooth. The chassis is just, wow. Wonderful. Yeah, you feel a lot more of that torque in the back. You really feel a kick in with less the horsepower, but you really feel a make up for it with the torque in the back. So we're gonna start off over here, kind of go a little bit fast just to see what it does here. Yeah, and that was very, very less of a throttle for me, putting on there, not too much. So kind of see what that can do. And it's all-wheel drive, so if somebody's coming around a corner and you're in a situation where you need to go off-roading, that's perfect for it. Uphill situations, you won't have to feel it, kind of not having the power for you to go uphill. And the best part is you also have the sport mode available. Now they're active for all-wheel drive, so they're always in all-wheel drive for the crossover. So anytime they need to be come in, if it senses you're slipping, it'll automatically kick in with the vehicle doing it while you're drive. It does change a little bit of your consumption with miles per gallon, but it's okay. With these vehicles, you're gonna get 22 in the city and then 28 on the highway. So providing you that, it's still not bad. Oh, that's a very tight turn. I love how that feels. I go up a little bit more on the seat, adjusting perfect. I'm gonna step on it. So what Mazda's goal is, so when we're sitting as a vehicle behind, what they call is the Jinbai type, the rider and the horse as one. So during your drive, when you're feeling it, there's a position of the seat that they have where I'm gonna suggest a little bit more or less right here. I feel a little bit more cramp in your situation, legs a little higher. This feels where if I can do this, my wrist should be around here. So giving you the feel of a rider. So I have full control of what's going on around me. I see everything in my vision. So it's a full 360 around. If I'm looking around, 180 this way, we're gonna take a look this way. Have full visual of around. There's no blind spots. If you do, you have blind spots available. But again, it's just to feel the vehicle while you're driving. If I'm sitting sluggish, I'm not gonna get the full ride. But what they have is a rider as one, and the horse as one, so you guys are together. So the distance for your hand should be right around here where your wrist level, so you can hold on to the steering wheel where you're feeling it. You should feel a little bit more cramp in your stomach when you're sitting in the position of the seat, so it's a little bit more of a hump, so you literally feel like you're on a horse at the same time, but you have full visual of what's going on around you. So it's very cool that they have something like that. You guys can definitely look that up. It's called Jinbai Tai, and it's full description on the vehicle, so you guys can take a look at that also. Okay, so again, under the space, so you can see, so it's cool, like on the gauge cluster, you can see that it's recognizing the distance with the person in front of me of how closer I am. So if I start to speed up more towards them, you'll see that it starts getting closer to me. So we're gonna take it a little bit more on the streets so you guys can see what the safety package can do. So you can see your turn signals. It's green light, it's good to go for us. Pretty tight. I love the G-vectoring that they have on this vehicle. So for those of you that don't know what the G-vectoring is, so what it does, it plays with the torque, so with the rear end torque. So when you're coming around the corner, it balances the vehicle to at a point where if it's leaning, it stays at a still. So when you're coming, you feel the full vehicle just turning. So that it just gives more response, so you don't feel like you're slouching left and right. And I believe it's the G-vectoring plus on these ones, so it's a little bit more improved, a lot more. So when you're moving, you don't feel too much of the car. It feels like an actual stable car. I'm gonna take a left. I'm gonna go straight up. But actually, we're gonna go back. We're gonna have them be in front of me, so we can kind of play around with the safety package to see that. I'm gonna turn this off. So as you see, I came to a slow, it went away. Now that I'm going up more than 5 miles an hour, it starts to recognize the person in front of me. So you can see it's closer, and you can see those parentheses, there's somebody in my blind spot. Look, somebody just passed by me and indicated on there. So how is that available on both sides? If somebody's coming, I can look down, look straight ahead at my heads up advanced display to know that there's somebody on my right or left hand side. So it's very neat. From every angle I'm looking, I know that there's somebody there. So a lot of the insurance companies love safety features like that, I would hope. But if you take a look at it again, blind spots are on that corner in the mirror, so you see it. If I turn it, it'll warn just like that. I'm not gonna turn, sorry, I don't wanna scare you. We're gonna go back here, so if you look on the gauge cluster right down here, you'll see the the 3 hashes that come, basically indicating, hey look, they're both on my both sides. So please be careful while you're driving. So now, you see I'm at more of an intersection when you look at down here, so it recognizes what I'm driving, recognizes my lane. I came across the intersection. Okay, we'll wait for you guys to go. I'll wait for a little bit of a more spot where it's a little bit more open, so we can try that lane keep assist, where if it pushes me over, we can actually see what it fully does at the next red light. But the brakes, it feels wonderful. A lot of the cars, when you feel it's so sensitive, you have to be very careful, but no, it's very smooth. It doesn't feel like it's jolting, and when you even come to a stop, it's just very smooth. Listen to that. You can't even hear that car. You can see you have the full moonroof and your sunroof, the whole compartment unit here, so full sunglass holder opener, lighting available on both sides. So it's a little bit different than what they've done on the 18, so I really like this design. Full ambient lighting for giving you a little bit more dimness at night, so you can adjust the levels of it, how much of a light you want in the car just while you're driving, so you can see around you. That's very neat that they have. So if I push this forward, you're gonna see the sunroof go down. So if I push it back, it's one push, it's gonna go back. So you can see right there, push it back once, full auto. So one push front, one push back, and one push close, so not have to do too much. Vegas rain, you don't get too much of it. You really don't. So we're gonna try out the lane keep assist right up here. So as soon as we pass this, so drive to the point. Perfect. So you can see my lane keep assist. If I start coming up to the right a little bit, it's gonna push my steering wheel to the left. I felt it pivot. Again, we're gonna try it again. You're gonna feel it push the steering wheel back. So you can see it highlighting the vehicle. It's gonna go. Again, you can see it pushing me back into the place for me driving. So it's very neat for us to do so. Get some rain here. And full smart braking. So if you're gonna have a collision from a speed of 2 miles to 18 miles per hour, this vehicle will fully apply the brakes for you coming to a full stop. That's usually like your stop and go timing, but at the same time, you have the higher ones from 19 to 90. What it will do, apply the brake disc for you closer to each other, but at the same time, it's gonna help you. It's gonna start notifying you saying brake, 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 to let you know you need to stop. So what I'm gonna do when we do this U-turn, when we're going back down, I'm gonna actually give that sport mode a try. So the sport mode doesn't do really too much. All it does is it extends your gear ratio, so you get a little bit more gear to work with. So when you're putting it, you get a little bit more torque with it, so you feel a little more rear power. It still can give you the same fuel efficient consumption as if you're getting a sport with regular. It's just gonna depend on how you drive it. If you drive it like a sports car, it's gonna respond to your gas like a sports car. If you drive it normally like you usually do, it's kind of nice. I always have my Mazda 6 in sport. What's nice with it keeps me at that little bit of more oomph and power that I need, and that's just a 2.5. So even with this being the turbo, it's just phenomenal. So we're gonna push it forward. We're gonna turn that sport mode. As you can see, it says sport right there for me right there. Do the full U-turn right here, and it's perfect because it's raining and we got all-wheel drive. So in case we get in a slippery situation, so I already feel the gas pedal being more responsive, and I can feel my gears being more, and I can feel it revving more, a lot more. So we can see already it's revving a little bit more. It's not so easy in front of me for me to go a little fast with this, so you can see, but I can feel it revving more because it's just playing with more gear and trying to give us a little bit more rear end torque. So Mazda does have a Sirius XM available, so it does provide you with a 3-month free trial from Sirius XM, which is nice. You get 200 different channels to choose from. So kind of see as we got all that to go through. We got tune mixes. You can have options of choosing them for your favorites and having them in your favorite button in the vehicle. Back to the music section so you can see it. That's a lot more responsive. Driving an 18 versus a 19, you definitely feel that. It's not too much, it's just perfect. That's what it was missing. It's to replace that and a lot more. When you press on that pedal, you really feel the power behind it. You really, really do feel that power behind it. So we're gonna switch some lanes here, go a little bit more. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Try out those brakes, very responsive, cool. I'm gonna step on it a little bit harder just so we can see. Oh yeah, you can see. Oh yeah, that's very minimal pressure that I had on it to get it going. Switch the lanes here, gonna calm. Perfect. Just wonder if I can see my consumption that I'm getting with the miles per gallon on the left hand side. So right now it's a little bit on the blue. I don't know if you can see right down there, and you can see right now my foot's just on the brake, so it's giving me the best because I'm coming to a full stop. 75 miles till my range is empty. It's done. No, I really, really, really like that. I love what they've done with the redesign on these ones. So 2018 was the newer ones that they started putting. So it's a little bit more wider. It's a little bit more. It's just this full mirror. You don't have any extra layers of coming around it. So it kind of gives it another different look from side, more luxurious. You do have right underneath 3 different buttons available. So if you go underneath here, you have 1, 2, and 3. So for your garage, you can up to 3 different garage doors, as well as gated communities if you have them, and you can turn it off by just press of a button right here. let's try that Bose stereo surround sound now. So we're gonna pick a channel of the 70s.
Sirius XM 70s on 7.
So what's cool with the vehicle, you have 10 speakers in the vehicle. You have your bass control, treble, fade, balance, guidance volume for your navigation, just to hear it, as well as Bose center point. So if I turn the vehicle's sound up, well, you're gonna hear the vehicle mostly when you're sitting here, everything's more on the side. So you really do hear from the speakers on the side. When I put it into center point, it goes down straight in the middle. So for people sitting back there, you really do get that full stadium feel. It's a whole wrap band, so everywhere in the vehicle, you're feeling it in here. You also have autopilot. What it will do, it'll play with the frequency of what's going on outside, so you don't hear too much of what's going on outside. You can focus and listen more to your music. Turn that on. So if I turn it up now, feel it more in here. Oh man, you really have to be in here to hear that. You feel that bass in the back. It's wonderful. It's just so crisp. It's perfect enough where it doesn't feel like it's too much coming out of it, too thumpy, and you can again control that up here with it also. So that's a very nice, cool. Bose is wonderful. There's so many out there. There are competitions for Bose, but Bose has been with Mazda for a while and they've done a phenomenal job. And every year it just keeps more and more improvement to it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So the Mazda does have the full Apple CarPlay. We'll go over a little display after we come to a stop here. What's going to be nice is to fold, again, I can put my hand here rested in my elbow rest where I had showed you guys the command center. I'm just controlling the knob now. So it just makes it more easier for me to do everything here. I listen to my music and relax. So here what's cool also is a little bit different here. So if I open this up, you do have the lightings up here now versus them being here. So you can actually still take a look at yourself and you have the lighting here available. And you can actually pull these out. You can't pull them back, so you have the extensions to get a little bit more coverage. So what's nice is sometimes you get that brightness right here with the sun hitting it. Oh, it's perfect. You can kind of control and just angle it to the way you like and put it there for you to kind of cover that up. I really, really like that black. It's just a nice future for the vehicle. So we're gonna give that Apple CarPlay, this light is where we'll be coming up to a little stop. We'll be giving that Apple CarPlay a shot. All we have to do is plug it in. So on the Apple CarPlay. Wonderful, so it's on the, allow me to enable it on the screen. So we're gonna press agree. I'm gonna go to sources, so it's telling me on my phone that I need to press it to do so. Poof, wonderful. So we'll go to screen, we'll go home, wonderful. So there's my phone. So I have an Apple, it's replicated onto the screen right there. I have full control of it here. So I have radio, I have WhatsApp app, a couple of the apps that are very competitive. You can look it up on Mazda USA to tell you what that is. So I can control my maps, so something that we've been all wanting. So we can press it, there you go. Wow, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. We can zoom out. Cool, we can zoom out. Look at that. Literally my phone right on the screen. So now you can control it again on the screen. If I actually go on my phone, it's on Apple CarPlay mode, so everything is over here in my control. So I press it, press the destination. I can have my old previous addresses that I have in there. It's just replicating my phone onto there, making it very easy for us to use. I have my own music, so we can listen to my playlist, what I have playing on the radio, what's available on my Apple. I do have Apple iTunes, so it does provide me with the ones that I have listed there that I can listen. My text messages, you have your little home button here. You can press that. It literally takes you back to the screen. If you ever want to go back, all you have to do is press this button and it takes you right back to the Mazda screen. Again, you do have it available on there, Apple CarPlay. So if I press it, it goes directly right back onto that screen again. So if you're listening to music, there you go. Music that's playing on there, it's picking it up. So again, you can use the knob down here to guide everything, to twist it. You can move it left and right to keep pushing it right, up, back, twist. You also have a little return arrow here to go back. Music access to go to the music section. You have your home screen to go back to the home. Navigation that this vehicle will provide for you, as well as your favorites. So you can have your favorite contacts, your favorite the destinations that you like for your navigation, as well as your favorite radio channels that you like to listen to. So it does have that, but if you have your phone connected, then it's all your phone. So we'll go back to the home screen of it. We'll go back down. We'll go to Mazda. Enter. We're back on the screen. Sorry guys, if it is a little bit rainy here. It's one of the days for us, so we're gonna be under a little forecast with us, so just bear with me. I'm going to be standing on this side so we don't get any rain. So the 2.5 turbo charge on the vehicle, it's very much accessible. What I like about it's not hidden like all the other vehicles nowadays, because they don't want anybody to touch them. They only want strictly to go in. But Mazda has the lowest maintenance cost since 2013. So if you guys take a look at them, they do have the lowest car. It's a fact if you look them up on YouTube. But you do have the 2.5 turbo charge available. Again, 4-cylinder. You do only need regular gas or premium in the vehicle, depending on how you drive it. You have your battery, you have your coolant system, you have your fluids for it. So everything's more accessible here with it. So Skyactiv technology, a lot of people are like, okay, what is that? Mazda used to be known as Zoom Zoom. Well, that's a little different now. The whole philosophy behind the vehicle is that Skyactiv technology. It's the way the chassis is built, the EPA, the consumption that it's giving you, and how the vehicle is responding. It's the whole philosophy behind the vehicle, okay? So if you want to read up a little bit more about that, we'll have a little link on the bottom onto Mazda USA, so you can kind of read more about it and what's more to come on the 2019 and the 20 more and more years to come with what they're doing with their engines. So just wanted you guys to get a little feel for that also. Perfect. And there you guys have it. The 2019 CX5 signature model. As you guys see, if you guys have any questions, please do let me know. I'm really looking forward to improving it more and more every day. But again, anything from you guys would help out. Hope you guys like it. And again, my name is Ram Rabbani at CardinaleWay Mazda of Las Vegas. We'll see you guys soon. And please don't forget to subscribe. We'll be posting more videos on different models. We'll see you guys soon. We'll be going over the full review of the 2019 CX9 I'm Rabbani, and today we will be going over the review of the 2000 dude, that dude is just sitting there. It just makes me uncomfortable. And Clay, so structure is all done by Clay. Redo the whole thing. Redo it. The third year with the vehicle being in progress. So I don't know what I want to say.